for or against the interests of either parties in this.
Yeah.
Once the people get it wrong, they get them arrested, and we hope that the whole process will move on like that. But when people take the law into their own hands, they set upon whoever is bringing whatever ballot paper, beat up the people, tear the ballot papers and burn the ballot papers and the boxes. You are destroying the evidence. So who is going to be arrested and who is going to be prosecuted, and with what evidence?
Yeah.
So that is why I was saying, you know, last night, that when you urge your supporters to go to the collation centers and you radicalize them with your speech, what you're doing is to push us to the brink. Of course, Dr. Bawumia has conceded defeat. The flag bearer of the NDC has also come out to confirm that he's been called and blah, blah, blah. That should be a signal to the rest of the country as to where we should head to. Of course, there are people in their small chiefdoms in the various constituencies as MPs who would want to maintain their seat, because of course Bawumia has already lost the presidential election. But what I have is a seat in parliament. Is it possible for me to,
safeguard that?
Exactly, safeguard that, or if do some machinations as to ensure that I return to the house? Because look, I can't go back home empty-handed. You see, I think you have to be careful.
Right.
If there are people who are doing that deliberately, in the fullness of time, the law will catch up with them. And they should remember that this is not like, it is your party in power, and so therefore you have some protection. If it is the case that is the governing people who are doing it. Again, you as a member of the opposition, now rejoicing because John Dramani Mahama has won. Look, it is your party that has won. This is not a time to be trying to force your way into victory when in fact you are not the victor. It is important that we play by the rules so that at the end of the day, the democracy we seek to protect will actually grow. But seeking to undermine it clearly will be unacceptable. And the police must get involved in this matter, investigate, and where people take the law into their own hands in the name of safeguarding the ballot, it is possible to prosecute them too.
Right, so let's go to Damongo now. Tajudeen is standing by. He has an information for us. Thank you, TJ. What's up there?
Right, so Frima, I am right here at the Damongo District Court Collation Center. And listen, last night we've been trying to collate the results, but it's been muddied with a lot of, pushback from both political parties, because they say that at some polling stations, some overvoting were recorded, and so those issues had to be resolved before counting and collation could begin. But all efforts to settle the matter prove futile. As you can see, the NDC members just arrived. In fact, this place is very chaotic because they say that they will not allow the overvoting or the ballots that had the overvoting, the ballots that were brought here that had issues of overvoting be counted. And so they've massed up here, and it's so chaotic. But the military has been engaging them, and it's been very, very chaotic here because attempts to count situations have been futile. And I can say that I don't know when they will declare the parliamentary and presidential elections results for the Damongo constituency, because this has been hours of back and forth. And as I speak to you now, the EC, together with the police leadership, are in a crunch meeting, together with also the political parties, to try and bring finality to the matter. It's just pump and package. The NDC members say they have won the elections, they have won the parliamentary. As a matter of fact, yesterday I witnessed an incident of certain polling station which is being torn into pieces by members of respective political parties here, because they are disgruntled because they feel that they have won the elections and ought to be declared as the winners. And so this is the situation here at the Damongo District Court Collation Center, Fema.
Right, thank you very much, TJ. So Damongo, one of the polling stations, this is what is happening. People are just agitated because there's delay in declaring the parliamentary results. I think for now, for presidential, we all know where it's going. I don't know if the people in Damongo have not heard that Dr. Bawumia has.
They must have by now.
So I don't see. So now we can limit it to just the parliamentary.
But exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's an interesting place because you would have a former MP looking to make a comeback, Mutawakilu. Gallus.
Yeah.
Looking to make a comeback.
Yeah.
And then that is where the Lands Minister Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo is currently the incumbent. And so you can understand when some of these things come up, but it shouldn't be entertained.
Exactly.
I mean, at this point, and where we've got into with our democracy, we should be looking at having seamless elections that will go on violence-free, and then we can have the results declared. But then, in as much as we're looking to have these seamless violence-free elections, it should be seen to be fair, free and transparent as well. And so all actors must put their shoulders to the wheel and ensure that the process is as smooth as possible, so that at the end of the day, all parties can agree to the results thereof.
Now, Salam, let me ask you this. TJ just mentioned that at some of the polling stations, some of the ballot papers were torn into pieces. Now, you are waiting for the declaration. If some of these ballot papers have been torn into pieces, I don't know what in law it means.
Well, I think the pink sheets is it.
Yes, yes.
So there are a number of them they have. There are duplicates they have. The party agents will all have duplicates. They have duplicates. And also, when you finish, the law says that they should paste it at the polling station. Hopefully, they should be able to retrieve some of them.
Right.
You know, they should be able to retrieve some of them. Once they retrieve some of them, and the electoral officers confirm that this is it's true, this is it, I'm sure they can go ahead and declare it. I'm not sure if they have to. They cannot. I'm not sure if they have to rerun the election because the results have been declared. People have heard it. People have written them down. Media houses, people have heard them. I'm not sure all the duplicates would have been destroyed. So if they want to find copies of it, they should be able to find copies. So I'm not sure how destroying one or two of the will affect anything because the results has been declared, and that becomes the result.
So have they destroyed the duplicates, or what have they destroyed really?
The pink sheets.
So pink sheets have been torn into pieces, and there's a lot of background noise, so you can't even get clearly what he's saying. So if they are not the votes that have been cast, if they are not ballot papers, printed ballot papers that have been torn into pieces, like Salam has explained, it shouldn't be difficult because if we look at what the figures are, I mean, party agents are there. I don't think that I'll sit down for the NDC candidate to give fake numbers because we have their numbers, or the other way around, so it shouldn't be difficult. So I'm tempted to believe that it goes probably beyond just the pink sheet. Maybe
time, so you understand at that time, or at the heat of it,
Yeah.
destroyed it.
No, so it's wrong.
Yeah, what I mean is, in the heat of it,
There's no
this
reasoning,
understanding or
exactly,
reason,
yeah, there's no
will not
reason.
hear. So they will
Exactly.
fight. You've destroyed
Yeah.
it. You've destroyed it because
wrong.
it has pained you that have won. So it's a whole lot of things. So I mean, I'm sure they will sort it out. It's just unfortunate
but at this time, we were
it's
all,
like to force. It's an interesting race.
Yeah.
Abu Jinapo is not coming back as a minister.
No.
All he has
Is a
is
seat.
a seat.
Yeah.
Mutawa Akilu
After 8
wants
years.
to get into parliament so
Yeah.
that he can put himself in good position to be a minister. He suffered. So he will not let it go easily. So they'll fight it to the very end.
And it's one of the constituencies the NDC
Said
is on hold.
they've won, but there were issues with it.
So out of the 7, the NDC says 1-6, and Damongo is on hold because they didn't, give a figure on that particular constituency. So I'm sure the confusion as what has prompted them to put, their calculation.
But even beyond that, they should have the pink sheet, as Kai said. They should have the pink sheet because they just told them maybe right now or when they got to. They should have the pink sheet before they move to the collation center.
Yeah.
There are carbon copies, right?
Yeah, so I'm not sure all the polling agents have copies.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the difficulty with that is, but I think they were honest
But
to
what
say there
if
was
they
a
are not
difficulty
just the
with it.
pink sheet, but these are maybe some printed ballot papers?
No, the ballot
Then what
papers.
happens?
I mean, it's the content of the ballot paper is what comes on the pink sheet.
I get you. If they just came in, took some, tore them into pieces, they've not even been counted yet, what would that mean?
No, I don't think that's what is happening. You see, as we know, the collation is just done at the
Polling station.
But there is a primary collation which is done at the polling station, right? So there are two things.
Yeah.
The ballot box is open, we sort out, we show it to everybody, we count. And then we record what we have achieved on the pink sheet. Everybody gets his copy. Now, if you disagree with what is on the record, then you refuse to sign or you raise your protest and blah, blah, blah.
Recount.
And then all call for a recount. Once that is done, those numbers get transmitted to they are taken together with a ballot box or ballot boxes to the collation center proper. Now, it would seem that what has been destroyed, these are the materials at the collation center, right? So what it means is that the various or the individual polling station agents do have the copies.
Figures,
yes, they have the figures. So it is possible to pull them together. In fact, the presiding officer by now ought to have had from the various returning polling station officials of the Electoral Commission ought to have received from the various fields the materials backing the records that had been brought to the collation center. So I do not see merely destroying these electoral materials standing in the way of whoever is the eventual winner.
But do these also suggest that the EC must speed up, with the parliamentary election declaration, just raise the person's stand? I mean, symbolic,
No. It has to be based on some facts.
No, I get it. No, what I'm saying, hold on. I'm not
delaying the international picture for us.
So I'm not saying
because
that
if they don't have their pink sheets, how do they send it to the region and the region to send it to Accra?
I get
for the
that, but what
declaration?
I'm saying is, looking at the temperature, okay, people just want to go or know that we are done with the whole thing. Should the EC speed up? I'm not saying EC should just go ahead and take any kind of results,
But you speed up
with the pink sheets. You speed up, you speed up with the document you have.
But the returning officers, the presiding officer, and all. What at this point is slowing down the whole thing?
Yeah. So for all you know, maybe they have not received the entire gamut of results from the various polling stations in the constituency.
I thought we broke down the huge numbers at the polling stations to make sure that we don't record long queues,
and
it doesn't go beyond that, and also for counting to be very easy and straightforward. So if we are still here,
let's distinguish it.
Yes.
You see, at the level of the Electoral Commission, it is not like someone working for a political party went to a polling station, got the results, took a photograph of it, and sent it straight to Accra, to a political party. In the case of the Electoral Commission, you carry the pink sheet together with what is left of the materials you use, and then the materials that were actually used, the ballot box, and you carry that on your head, put it in an approved vehicle, and you take it to the center. You understand? Now, it takes time for that to happen. It is not like maybe like the political parties are doing at the very polling station that you took part in the process as a polling station official of the Electoral Commission. You send it straight to Accra, so that Accra becomes the national collation center of all the polling station results. That's not what is happening. So it is easy for the political parties relying on their agents to receive results from the polling stations, the 40,000 polling, exactly, to receive that and quickly tabulate the numbers. But in the case of the Electoral Commission, the materials must come with what? The results, the boxes, and then you must come to a center where you work together to determine what results you want to present to the people of Ghana. So let's try and distinguish what's happening at the national level with the political parties and what's happening with the Electoral Commission itself. I think there should be a bold line of distinction between the two.
So at this point, how do we calm tempers, because there seem to be, I thought that once the presidential was known, at least it will let people calm down a little bit. But it looks like in certain areas, people are still...
I don't think, because people still have their parliamentary...
No, I don't think the military is...
I think it will calm the situation.
The parliamentary contest is still on.
Nationally, the tempers may be calm.
They are calm.
But locally, they have their parliamentary to deal with. So this kind of tension may not escalate across the country.
These are individual
but
ambitions.
It may escalate locally. Individual ambitions. Depending on the influence of the person, it may escalate. So it's important that it's resolved. The national picture we've seen, but somebody's ambition, somebody's, is tied to somebody, and it has to be resolved. I think what they can do if they have some of the pink sheets is they should collate what they have so that they all see the numbers they have, what is outstanding. They can now sit down and deal with what is outstanding. If they have 100 polling stations and they have maybe 85 pink sheets available, they should go ahead and collate the 85, the 15 that is outstanding. After they've collated the 85 and we've all seen what the 85 is, then we can sit down and deal with what the 15 should be. Maybe call somebody, do this. Let's all agree that this was what we saw. Let's go to the polling station where it's supposed to have been pasted. Hopefully it was done, because by law it has to be done. We take a picture, we see what is there, we do it. There should be a way around it. Once it's been declared, there should be a way around it. And
I'm surprised it's causing an issue, because every polling agent has a copy of the pin sheet. So if one person's own is destroyed, an electoral commission official also has one, and they are giving other duplicates.
And I'm sure they have digital copies too.
Of course, take of it. So if one is lost or one is destroyed, there are other copies you can use to declare results. Or is it that somebody is losing somewhere and wants to hold on small or something?
No, but but can you even do that at this point? Because you don't take things for granted. You can't take Ghanaians for granted.
Look, Bawumia has conceded. But that is him, right? He has afforded, in the eyes of whoever is trying to manipulate the process.
There probably might even be some members of the NPP who are not in favor of that,
Oh,
no. I'm just to say that you have conceded. But on the parliamentary level, I'm fighting for my life.
That's why
so
I'm saying that
what you're
it is, in this case, it will become individual ambitions, either from the governing party people or the opposition elements. Because, mind you, majority of ministers of state appointed by the president must come in from parliament. And people want to make that entry into parliament
first,
or re-entry, so that at least when
you stand a good chance
of being noticed, right? Your probability the probability of getting made a minister
is
up there. But if you have not actually won,
you are very far away.
Charlie, you are here. With a victory, you are here. But without a victory, you are here.
You have no portfolio.
So they would want at this point to insist on getting into the chamber. But the point has to be made that you need to take a cue. Because if you do something untoward, and particularly if you are coming in from the opposition side.
In this instance, opposition meaning?
Opposition meaning the next parliament.
Okay.
The likelihood that you have a favorable attorney general or prosecution chief looking at you with favor, very, 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 very low. So you don't want to risk it. Look, it's you've tasted power. You have lost the position. I'm not saying that that's what's happening in Damongo, but I'm saying that, look, if you have lost, you have lost. As a gentleman, Dr. Bawumia showed that he's a true gentleman. He came out with all his grace and in all his glory in his white, and read a carefully worded statement telling the Ghanaian community and international community what should happen from here. So the good people of the NPP, and in fact the NDC, should take a cue and let's follow in that order. There is no need for fights. You lose today, there's an opportunity to win tomorrow. You win today, it is an opportunity for you to lead in a way as to serve the full interest of the good people of Ghana. But fighting it out, destroying ballot boxes, and also destroying electoral materials, completely unacceptable. And where the people doing these things are found, and indeed they must be found, they must be prosecuted to the letter to send a signal to them that the materials you have destroyed are materials belonging to you and I.
Exactly.
They are materials, documents belonging to the Republic. You cannot take the law into your own hands and destroy them just because you want somebody to win or you want somebody to lose. Completely unacceptable.
With this election, we're looking at just leaving security issues to the police and leaving out the military. But it appears after the elections, we are trying to stage certain things that would automatically call the military into our space. Nana, I don't know, because now with what is happening at Dom Kwabenya, the police has called for reinforcement from the military. And we know what happens when we have the military guys on the ground.
Well, the National Election Security Task Force had, prior to the election, engaged on so many levels. They met with almost every group or body or association that mattered. in this country. And from all indications, they had given assurances of their preparedness as well as their readiness and commitment to ensuring a peaceful and secure election. It was the expectation that really they will follow through with their word. But we've heard the IGP, who heads this task force, say that where they need to engage, they will engage. Where they need to de-escalate, they will de-escalate. And where they need to be merciless, they will be merciless. And so, I mean, it was the expectation that they had all grounds, all corners, everything covered. And to the extent that we are seeing in Damongo, for example, a call to the military to reinforce the security personnel there. I'm not too certain what the strategy, one, for deployment was, and of course what the plan for ensuring security in a place like Damongo was, because Damongo, I am suspecting the collation center will be somewhere around GAEC.
The atomic area there.
Exactly. And opposite GAEC or adjacent GAEC is the atomic police station. So if you need reinforcement, your first point of call should be the police station.
The police, they overwhelm, you know.
It probably would also depend on the number, you know, because don't forget that somewhere in Obuasi, we even had civilians trying to battle it out with the military.
That issue is peculiar. I mean, if you've all seen the video, two uniformed men, armed, trying to make an entry into a polling station, being stopped by a gentleman whom later we found out to be an officer of the National Democratic Congress in Obuasi East, right? I mean, it's different because this gentleman insisted that, well, there was a communique or communication from GAF, the Ghana Armed Forces, that says that military men will not be deployed to polling stations.
But there are police people there. Must it take a civilian to go, you know, fight?
But the police will not go and tell the soldier that, hey, you're not
supposed to.
But what the guy was doing was also very dangerous.
It was quite reckless.
Very reckless. Because putting your life out there.
But this is an individual who has an interest in the election and has suspicions that your presence here.
And in fact, that is a very important matter which must not be swept under the carpet.
Exactly.
Who asked the military guys fully armed to get there? Who asked them to do that?
Were they there?
We need to get to the bottom of that. Of course, what the guy did was reckless, but he said he would think he was protecting the process. And perhaps by his reckless action, what would have happened perhaps didn't happen. We need to get to the bottom of it. Who deployed those two military guys to the place? And they have to be found out, and if indeed they went there without authority, they should be dealt with. Now there's a beautiful opportunity for perpetrators of illegalities to be found out and to be dealt with, so that next time if an instruction is given, you don't flout it. Fortunately,
this announcement long ago.
Fortunately,
even JDM in the tweet recently.
No, I mean the right things must be done. The right things must be done. But not to which hand, but the right things must be done. The Techima and South matters. Fortunately, it's a crime. It has no expiry date, no limitation. We have to get to the bottom. You know, we can't build the country on impunity. If you want peace, there should be justice. And we need, I'm not saying punish them necessarily, but there should be a process. Take them through a process. Why did you do that? Was that the last option? Did you have to kill them? Shoot and kill them? Let's understand them. Let them feel accountable. So that in the end, if they come out clean, so be it. There should be some semblance of accountability. What happened in Parliament on the night of 6 January into 7 January? It's been left just like that. It cannot be. We need to know who authorized the military guys to get into the chamber. That's the chamber of Parliament. And we're leaving too many things hanging. And it is not good for our democracy. Tomorrow, they will come back. Because those things have not been dealt with. Perhaps the same person who called the military is the one who has called these guys to get there. We need to get to the bottom of it. When you call them and you interrogate them, investigate them, you may get to the bottom of it. You may know who authorized them. And when we get there, we say, why did you authorize them? Let's call people to book.
Let's understand.
It's the only way we can deal with impunity. If you don't do that,
but you know, so we are gaining notoriety for now making our elections bloody. Because after what happened 8 years ago, you would think that we have learned our lessons. But for us to come back this year and record deaths,
It's
you
sad
know,
that lives
and
are
injury.
being lost.
Exactly. So
I think, forgive me, it's sometimes the unquestionable loyalty of party followers and sometimes sheer foolishness. Because, I mean, forgive me, why would I go onto the streets and do so because a certain politician instructed me to go and fight? Why would I do that?
He's giving me money.
Because I don't have anything
sometimes
to
you
do.
think you love your party too much.
And
Sometimes
he's
you
not
might
giving
even
me
know
money.
that
No,
nobody
he's not
has
giving
sent
me
you.
No, it's
No, Sky, there's the vested interest.
It's fanaticism.
There's that, and then there's the attachments.
Doesn't mean somebody shouldn't do it.
You see, the person
There's
who
that
is
attachment.
instructing. No, you see, the person who is instructing you to go there, he should first report to that. The people who are holding the press conferences and are telling their people, go and do this, go and do that, go and... Did you see them themselves leading the process? No. Did you see their families leading the process? No. This is a process that has so much rigor and robustness built into it. So it is possible to determine the winner fairly if we all play by the rules.
Yeah, but we will not all play.
No,
by the rules.
no, you see, but you see,
all play by
the
the rules.
robustness also takes into account the likelihood that people will want to circumvent the process. So if you have your pink sheet, I have mine, and they are to match each other, there's no way you can come tomorrow and tell me that, what we recorded at the polling station is not what it is. So it should not ideally take a party leader instructing his people to go to the field and fight.
So Sky, that is there. But there are those who also feel that we own the party. This is my party.
The
I will die for my party.
attachments.
There are people that sometimes... No, hold on. There are people that sometimes...
We love the party, yes? We love the
And
party.
they will fight,
But
they
not,
will do
I will
anything.
die for the party. No, that one is...
No, but people would
So
die for the party.
advice. So maybe that is the advice you should send out. Because people will do
There was
it.
an arrest warrant. There was an arrest warrant issued for the Mamprusi chief. Also, I mean, when the guy was installed, etc. An arrest warrant was issued for
The controversial
matter, the Boko matter, Mamprusi. And I don't know whether it was naivety or not. The police got an arrest warrant, and they were going to the palace to go and arrest the chiefs. The young people didn't agree. They were ready to lay their lives now.
No, you see,
so there are people who will give their lives for anything.
Yeah.
no, you see,
And they are in the society.
No, you
and so you must account for those people as well.
you see.
It may be reckless, it may be useless, it may
They
be
don't need a
stupid,
directive.
but they will do it anyway.
no, you see,
And they believe in it.
no, you see. Let's separate the issues.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want us to go to the
Chieftaincy
the
side.
chieftaincy
Sure.
matter because
No,
that's
Pascal,
another-
the bigger point I'm making is that people will die for what they believe in.
no, you see.
So
you see,
I mean,
that-
so it's not an isolated example.
No, let's
But
not-
I'm saying that people will die for what they believe in.
no, let us
So-
not.
In
so
fact, someone may die for religion.
Of course.
Some may die for
Sky,
religion.
hold on,
People
Salam.
die for what they
Let me
believe.
let's look at the Obuasi. Was it Obuasi East?
Obuasi East,
yeah.
Let's look at the Obuasi East incident, for instance. So, assuming your candidate had even directed you to go and stop them, you saw military men with guns,
Fully loaded
and
guns.
someone is telling you that this is fire, go and sit in it, and then you also believe that you can go and face it. I don't think that if it's not a certain attachment that you have, or a certain loyalty, or a certain responsibility
loyalty.
you feel towards your party, you will do this.
I use the
and I'm
phrase-
tempted to believe that that guy was not sent by a candidate or
He did it
anybody.
on
He
his own.
felt that I will protect
No.
what is ours.
No, somebody must have instructed him.
It's not always like that,
No, hold on.
Sky.
Look, Frema, look, we have covered elections long enough in this country to know that people don't just get up and say they are going to do this. No. Someone inspires them. Somebody tells them that, look, I am behind you. Go and do this. You hear them on the, during the press conferences, instructing them. In fact, in 2008, when we got to the brink, or almost to the brink, or were about falling over the edge, party leaders actually encouraged their people to step out, storm the Electoral Commission.
And they
No,
led
no,
it.
no,
And they-
we
and they led it.
get
And
that.
they led it.
That is there.
So
Yeah.
you see, party people, they are not some zombies and they just get up doing things. No, it is someone who provides a certain leadership. That leadership may be corrupt in the sense of what is in the interest of the republic. Yes, I love my party. Yes, I love my party. But that is what it is. That doesn't mean that I should sacrifice, I should kill myself or put myself in harm's way in service to the party. No. At the end of the day, you don't love the party more than the republic. The party, you should love the republic more. If there are external aggressors.
You are dealing with an ideal situation. You don't have to love your party than the republic. Of course, it makes sense to love the republic more than the party because the republic is bigger. The republic is yes. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Yes,
but is that how it is? No.
People love
party. In fact, that's even that's a more real situation. That's a more real situation. Sky, when we talk about inspiration, you know there are people. You know there are people. Look at the guy in our house in West Wall who carried the ballot box and was going inside. They could have killed him.
Somebody told him.
Somebody would have sent him. But the point I'm making is that people do it because they believe in it. If you can tell me to go and do it, if I don't believe in it, I won't do it.
No, you see,
if I don't believe in it, I will not do it.
We talked about it this way, that people also do it with the expectation of a favor.
Of course. I mean, when they tell you to do it, there must be a reason they are telling you to do it.
When they've not told you, to do it, but you are doing it.
To impress so that I can gain some favor.
No, so again, that you are being motivated by the expectation that something positive will happen.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean somebody.
So then I do not have a direct order.
Yes.
No, you see.
But look, Sky, look, there are people
who will do it
who
without
are
any
extremely
instruction.
far from power, getting anything.
But
But in their mind, look, these are people in their local areas. I get the bit of, you probably will get maybe a certain Sami Jenfi or a certain Miracles or Samia Uku tell you that, no, we won't sit down for people to take what is rightfully ours. Let's get out there, let's protect it. That is one. There are those who, even before such statements are made, they feel that with this election we are going into, we will protect, we will protect what is ours. Now, I think that when it comes to politics, partisan politics, when it comes to religion, when it comes to ethnicity, people would blindly defend what they believe in. So we also, I mean, permit me to use this example, Asantemai, Bono, some of the utterances you hear, I don't think that anybody is pushing anybody to say that. It happens like that with politics.
Even that, it flowed from the very top. I am saying that.
We are not disputing that. We are not disputing that. Exactly.
People can be motivated on their own. I always don't need somebody to motivate me. I can motivate myself and
do what?
No. If
what
I
are you believing?
That this is what is happening, I don't like it. I think it's not right. It must be done this way, right or wrong.
You see,
I motivate myself and I go and do it.
You see,
so that is that motivation is internal to me. There's external motivation, which is what you are talking about. But you also, you are forgetting the fact that people are motivated on their own. I don't need anybody to motivate me to go do something. I can do it on my own because I believe in it.
Look, if you have anything meaningful doing in life,
right?
No, I like the if. I like the if.
Look,
so just continue.
If you have anything meaningful doing in life, and I make this point with all the seriousness I can command, because we do know where the families of many of these people are.
True.
Right? They don't bring them to the front line to do what they encourage these people to. They are loyalists to go and do. They don't.
No, they will not.
All they do, sometimes send them outside the country. They are attending the best of schools, or even here, they are attending the most privileged of schools. Right? They don't tell them that, oh, you are my son, as would have happened in centuries past. You are my son in whom I am well pleased. I want you to go to Greece and fight this war for me. No. What they do is to rile our people who have become so malleable as to obey every instruction they are given. So that even where the person claims that he's self-motivated, that motivation is accentuated by a certain expectation that when I do it, something positive will flow out of it. It is not because, oh, I love my party, so I should go and die for it. No. Look, some of these people, all they want is 5 Ghana cedis. Some of them, 1 Ghana cedis is enough. I've seen them repeatedly, and they put their lives on the line. It is because, with the greatest respect, they don't have anything useful to do with their lives. And it is also a failure on the part of the Republic that we have so many of those idle hands walking about, so that they have become willing tools in the hands of politicians who can move them wherever they want them to go and expect that they will do the henchman's job for them. And we have to be careful, because look, even in the US, the people who went to the Capitol Hill, right? They did so because some people believe that, if you saw on the podcast, people were encouraging them that go and do this. Your victory has been stolen from you. So go and do A, B, C, D. And we saw the result. So what I'm saying is that, yes, you may claim that you are doing it because you love your party. But is that how you do it? There are institutions set up purposely to deal with concerns that you want to express. You can, of course, go there and raise your voice. But where you are firing guns, you are taking ballot papers, breaking them down because somebody says you should do it, and the person himself is not doing it.
Of course.
Something must be wrong.
That I agree with you. I mean, we need to strengthen our institutions. We need to put things in place properly. But so that is another one, different from people just inciting you to go do stuff. Because like you rightly mentioned, there are people who have grown to become, in quote, enemies of the state, because they feel, like you said, no job, no food, no nothing. Okay, I don't need anybody to tell me that go and fight. If I hear that a military man is not supposed to be here, I saw a military man, nobody has told me to go and fight, but I am going to fight.
Remember, all along, you heard the people go and do this. If you see them where they are not supposed to be, fight. You hear that all the look throughout the process. We have heard that. Even the big chiefs who are fighting, you have heard the big shots themselves make utterances that would have gone a long way in influencing party. What do you call it? Their community youth to act the way they did. I'm saying that human beings, majority of the times, will not just get up and be doing things just like that. If you do know that you are isolated, this thing you do it, you are on your own. Or somebody tells you in the party that, look, if you do this thing, you are on your own. You won't go and be doing this thing. But we have all heard what the party leaders are saying. And I reject the view that people are acting just because they want to do it for shaggy reasons. No.
There are people who actually want to
do it for shaggy reasons.
Oh, no.
There are people
not everybody reasons like that. Not everybody reasons like you. Look, like Salam mentioned.
My mother has sent me to school to get to where I am.
Is everybody where you are today?
No.
Exactly.
No, I made that concession earlier.
No, I agree with you.
All the sacrifices that he's made. Some guy who wants to be MP or president says that, oh, Richard, you go on the streets and fight because I want to be president, I want to be member of parliament. And no.
That's why I mentioned that there are people who have become
the type of person we are trying to describe to you.
No, you will not do this,
because the person knows that there is
the four of us here will not do that. The four of us here will not do that. But the guy at the ghetto there.
No.
Hold on. Let's go to Dembele.
There's one thing we say, that the most dangerous person you can see is the one who has nothing to lose.
Exactly.
The one who has nothing to lose will do anything. It could be on his own, or it could be by an external inducement.
No.
He will do it.
Look, Sky, let me tell you something. There are people who are angry walking around. Sometimes when you even drive past them, they are holding a stick, they just hit your car. But look, people are just angry for no reason because they feel you are driving a better car. I'm not.
There's something motivating it.
Okay, so let's go to hold on, we'll come back. Hold on. That's what you are trying to avoid. That's the word you are trying to avoid. All right, so we've lost Alabira there. So
we have been told that what is the first duty of man is to himself.
Yes.
Self-preservation. You understand? So nobody. There's a saying in our language that elando wide mavonaku. In other words, like an animal that is hungry doesn't fear death. But what is inspiring it? Hunger. Now, who is inspiring him? He himself. But it is to serve a certain need, which is what? Hunger. In this case, what is inspiring them? Okay, somebody says, go and do it.
I'll give you this. In some cases, somebody has given 1 Ghana cedis, or you go and take the ballot paper.
But what could also be inspiring them is the fact that I think that you should make my life easy for me. Probably as a government, you are not doing that. So I don't at this point need anybody to come and tell me
Because
that you are hungry, you don't have a job.
No.
So I'm fighting for myself because you have failed me.
There is an expectation that I have somebody who will come and fill my belly. Rawlings once
But
said,
I'm thinking about myself.
no,
So I'm prepared to fight you to give that
because
person
you
a chance.
have a legitimate, or you will seem, expectation that Frema will come in and fill my belly for me. That is my candidate of choice, and she has won.
My bread will be buttered.
Yes, my bread will be buttered.
Because at this point it's about Teddy Dija.
That is what it is.
See, in the bracket of the people who are self-motivated, I mean, there are different groups that you can find there. There are those who perhaps just don't like the military.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just don't like them because in their heads they are from a pre-informed position where the military have been abusing allegedly.
Somebody told them over the years.
So I feel I am stronger than these people.
Somebody told them over the years
please,
throughout the campaigning period.
Please hold on. Right, so we go over to Bimbela and talk to our correspondent, Mohammed Alabira. Thank you very much.